stage. Here we go. Hey, everybody. How are you doing? I want to welcome you to She Shift. So this time to reset, refocus, and set fully into leader you're becoming. We're not here to add more to your plate. You know, that's not about me. I can't add any more. We're here to help you shift into clarity, confidence, and action. Shift on. Let's step into the version of that focus, fearless and full present. My name is Pam, and I want to welcome you to She Shift. When we come in here, we help women over 45 shift into their what's next. Now, I have an amazing guest come on, but before I bring her on, I have some housekeeping. One is drop it in the feed and let me know how you're doing. Two, look, all right, my phone is already blowing up. Yes, I know I normally do it on Wednesday, but I appreciate you joining us on Friday. You know, it's Fun Friday. So tell me, how you doing? Drop it in the feed. And then number three, what are you drinking? Y'all know I'm on my health journey, so I love to hear what is everyone's favorite evening beverage. So drop it in the feed and let me know. So without further ado, let me bring my guest onto the stage. This is actress Nicole Gregory.
Everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on here. So, Nicole, before we get into, I love just sitting down here and it's just like girl talk. Where we're trying to help each other. You know, we need to help one another. We're trying to help each other. So this is what this is all about. But before we go into this, tell everybody just a little smidgen of who you are.
Okay, so I am Nicole Gregory. I'm an actress, model, and a motivational speaker. I love to empower women through motivational dialogue, getting over. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I've survived homelessness. So any chance I get to be a motivation to other women to uplift themselves and come out of certain circumstances and live their dreams, no matter what the age is, it makes me extremely happy. I'm extremely humble because I try to take the roles that God gives me, that assigns to me, and I put a little piece of myself in each of them because women have to overcome every day, especially if you're a mom, a single mom, a wife. There are different struggles that you may go through. So anytime I can take on a character and you guys can live vicariously through my character, I can't ask for anything better than that.
I so agree with you. And thank you for sharing that. So let's jump into it. You talked about homelessness. And so, first of all, we have women that are facing it. You and I know that the homelessness rate is just skyrocketing. There's always something in the news or someone or neighbors or something like that. So how did you overcome that?
Well, I would depend on my faith, number one, because the one thing about homelessness is that I was still working. So my peers did not know that I had clothes in my trunk and that I was going to a secured parking lot at night to sleep. They didn't know that. I had a son living in one place and my littlest one at the time with me until I was able to get someone to take care of her. So I would literally have to say my drive, my faith, and I knew that I was better than that. So it's like I didn't want to succumb to it because sometimes when you're homeless, you give up. Because it's not homelessness describes the inability to have a home, but nobody ever addresses what it does to you mentally. There's a mental capacity that you have to get over. And that's what took the faith. It's like, okay, number one, I've got kids looking at me. This cannot be me. So what's the quickest way I can get over this? And so that's what I did. I spent most of my nights up, but crying and praying, but believing. It was the belief.
I would have to, and I listen. I too faced it for a short period of time. I was going from couch to couch, so I understand. And I like that you talked about you had to do you had to do some mental check because it was hard. I have to say, for me, it was really hard to be positive, hard to be motivated. And I too had a child that was staying with someone else too. To know that someone else going through that, what would you tell them? How would they even, they're like, okay, you're on the other side and you're right about the mental capacity. But what is one mental check, or what is one mental, something mentally that they can work on now to start changing to be more positive?
Don't let what you are surrounded by convince you that that's how it's always going to be.
I
One
like,
thing about being homeless is that you're stuck with yourself, because the shame of not having a home keeps you from telling people. You certain people know that you slept on their couch, or you did this, you did that, but the quickest way to sink into homelessness is to think that's where you belong.
mm,
So
true.
that's the mental check. You have to know, I don't belong here. Once you know you don't belong there, you can begin to climb your way out of it. Now, I don't know the timeline. You said a short. For me, it was short too. But I
Mm,
think it's all in. I really believe that some things are meant for us to go through in order for us to be more appreciative later of what we accomplish. So once you mentally check out, you literally have to pray yourself back in and
I,
then determine for yourself. And I began to journal at that time. So
mm-hmm.
then I knew, okay, I don't belong here. I may be here now, but this isn't where I'm going to stay. Once I made up in my mind that's what I was going to do, I started coming out of the mental stress that the surroundings cause. So I locked all of that out and just locked in to knowing that I don't belong here. So what do I need to do next?
So what was your what's next as you started working on the journaling? You started working on the mental. What was your what's next climbing out? As you said, you started climbing out of it. So what was your climbing out next step climbing out?
I'm going to be honest, counseling.
Mm,
Because the great thing about counseling is that it's not to solve the problem, it's to give you the tools to solve your own problems. So a lot of things that I was dealing with because my father had passed. And I think I was just stuck
mm,
in not knowing, because the person that I had to do all my checks and balances, I didn't have. And so it led me into like this crazy spiral. So for me, it was counseling, because that gave me the belief that what I wrote was true, that this wasn't the end, that this was literally the beginning, because grief was the beginning of something else. I had to let go and just grieve, because that part of my life that included my dad, that part had ended. So I needed to go through counseling to figure out what the new life is going to look like. So once I stepped into counsel and I began to shift my my thought process, and wow, okay, I can do this.
mm.
Okay, I can trust myself a little bit more, because a lot of it, when you have a dad as close as I was with him, you trust his decision. You don't have
Right.
to make your own. So making your own was tough for me. So
Mm-hmm.
once I shifted into, okay, my father's not here, I got to shift this into me making the decision for myself. I had to do that through counsel, who gave me the tools to implement and execute the steps that were in my mind.
So I like you talked about counseling. Let's be honest. You
Mhm.
know, our people
Mhm.
just like the counseling. I know they're probably like, I can't believe she went to counseling. Are you serious? And I'm glad that because I too went to counseling, and I love me a good old counselor that helped me see things so totally different.
Yeah,
And also, what I also like about the counseling, they cast no judgment.
right.
I and that when you walk through the door, the relief of, okay, I can just drop everything at her shoes,
Yeah,
and there's no judgment. She doesn't say you're wrong, you're right. She's just like, okay,
yeah.
that was the,
They called mine a book bag, because
oh
I was such a daddy's girl.
yes,
I was carrying around this book bag of his thoughts, his expectations, his way of life. And I was carrying it and
mhm,
not realizing that it was literally breaking me down, because I didn't know how to be without my book bag. So
gotcha.
one thing my counselor would tell me is, did you bring your book bag today, or are you by yourself?
Oh, the
And
powerful.
my counselor, listen, 3, 4 years, and some I still go, a
Right.
couple of times a year because during the counseling process, you build a bond,
Yes.
because that one person can see your literal growth. So
Right.
now I can't even tell you where that book bag is.
And I like that. I like the book bag. Yeah. When I go to my counselor, and she be like, Pam, now you only got an hour. I'm like, that's all we got is an hour. I said, well, you know what? I'm willing to pay for more. I'm okay. And she's like, no, you are fine above others. I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead.
Really?
Let's try to hurry this up. But I'm with you. And it felt so relief that I could go into counseling. But I want especially like I said, our group of people, they think that counseling is bad. And that I hear it. I just had a friend. I told her, I said, girl, you need to go to counseling. They
Hmm.
do things that you just don't know what they do. And
Hmm.
like I said before, I love that there's no judgment.
Hmm.
That's one thing, because as you and I know, society is a very judgmental in
Very.
our lives. And I said
Hmm.
that's one place that, and like you said, when I walk in the door, and I'll be like, "Phew, okay, I'm not even in an office. I'm like, "Phew, okay, I'm
Hmm.
there." But
Hmm.
to agree, counseling, and I wanted us to touch on it because I want everyone to understand there is no shame in counseling, and that if you need it, go. And don't let your circumstance, don't let what other people say about you, don't let them stop you from going to get what you need, because it's
Exactly.
you, not for anybody else. You agree?
Exactly.
Because it's
Hmm.
just crazy, so many, so many. But as you have shifted and you've climbed out, Miss Nicole, you have been rocking it. So, and
Thank
I
you.
mean, really rocking it. So, as you have shifted into this new era that you in, how did you even get started? I mean, I've seen everything. I'm like, man, how she get going in all of this? And
Listen, I came to Atlanta with a whole separate purpose. Okay, I did. I came. I'm always seeking what God wants me to do.
absolutely,
So I have to admit, before I got here, I knew I was meant to do something. But God knows me very well, so He knows that I'm not going to go anywhere without a plan because I'm OCD about plans, right? And
right.
so, I I'll make it short. So I ended up modeling for a friend of mine that does makeup. I was on her page. She put me on her page. Um, and that image goes where it goes. When you're on
Mhm.
social media, you don't always know where your image is going. And a gentleman reached out that was a co-star in the film.
Okay.
And they reached out, the producer director reached out and was like, hey, you have a look that we've been looking for our movie. Have you ever acted? And I was like, yeah, I've acted before, but it was like, I was in my 20s, long,
Uh-huh.
long time ago. And so they were like, well, hey, come to this table read. We want you to read for this character named Brooke. And I was like, all right, I'll just go. Well, Brooke had a lot of my personality in the script.
Oh,
And so it was easy for me to play Brooke because I was a Brooke once. And so I did that first film, and it was a feature film. And literally, it's been non-stop.
it has.
And because I didn't come here for it, a lot of my friends would tell you they had to convince me. They're like, you do realize that this is your first film and like it's your movie, right? And I'm like, okay. Oh, and it was
Really brushed
rough.
off? So you really brushed off like, eh?
Yeah, because I mean, I tend to accomplish things and just keep going.
Okay, okay. I
They
understand.
made me sit in this accomplishment and they were like, I don't think you realize what you've done. And I'm like, hey, okay, well, it's a premiere. So they were like rallied around. I had a whole team. And so the movie, The Decision, was my first film ever. And it was my first feature film. So I did two things. So that's how that came about. And since then, it's been one after the other, after the other, after the
So how did you prepare for all the as you're shifting into these amazing, just so amazing roles? I did watch The Decision. I did watch Fatal. I did watch Fatal. I did. I had look. I had a movie night. Like I was telling everybody, look, I'm trying to watch everything, trying to write my notes down, and everyone's talking. I'm like, I need you guys to shut up, please. I'm trying to understand what she's doing. And they're still talking. I'm like, okay, so I had to come upstairs in my office. But I
Mhm.
really, how did you even shift into that role of, now to me, acting would be hard. Now everybody
Yeah.
says I'm acting because I'll be clowning, but it's different playing and then what you're doing is reality. So what prepared you for that? What even prepared you to become doing all
You know
this?
what? I
It's
I
just
just did what I had to do. I was
I know
like, listen,
it was
if
God.
you're gonna give me this opportunity, I'm not gonna waste it. I want my audience to be hooked on her. I want them to be hooked and they gotta see more of her. So I just I allow my internal to
Gotcha.
give you Brooke externally.
So did you
So
face fears? Did you face any fears? And if
no,
so,
because surprisingly, I acted like the cameras were not there. And I
oh
because the thing when people say acting,
yes,
that is a terminology that is used to describe the character.
yes,
However, the reason why it becomes believable is because you allow yourself to innate that character.
true.
So there's no separation. When I'm on set, there's no separation between me and the character
Gotcha.
because then it'll look like I'm acting. But I want you to be believed like, oh my God, did you see Brooke do that? Like I've been out and people say, Brooke, you know what I mean? So they don't even know my name, but they know who she is, which
Gotcha.
means that I don't need to prepare to act. I'm preparing for you, the audience, to believe who I say I am when the credits roll is like, oh, her name's Nicole. I
Yeah.
thought, you know what I mean?
Yes, I did.
So
I
that's how I shifted. I just locked in. I was like, okay, they need to believe me because this is my first time.
Wow, I would have never known that. I'd have never ever known that. Kudos to you. So what let me ask you this. So we have women around the world that are sitting around like, okay, she has shifted, she has overcome fears. What would be your one piece of advice to them right now that they can start working on their what's next?
I would say the first rule of thumb is be authentic to whoever you are. Don't pick a path based on what somebody else has done. Pick a path based on what you know you've already got a passion for. And get permission from your dad, your God. And whatever you and him discuss, do that.
Mhm.
Because we all get that little, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should try that. And when we ignore it, we always live a life of regret.
True.
Don't. If you know you were built to build houses or be a real estate agent or be a makeup artist, whatever that it is you've always wanted to tap into, do it. Don't be afraid of it. All faith, no fear.
I love that. I love all faith, no. I love that, and that's true. That's hard to follow by because we as humans are so quick instead of sitting and being quiet and listening. Look, I tell everybody God is still working on me, so please be patient with me. I tell them that every day. I say, God, now you know you're working on
Mhm.
me, so just give me a minute and I will get it. But you're absolutely right. Sit and be quiet. He won't let you down.
He
he
won't.
he won't let
But
you
if
down.
you keep surrounding yourself around people that are doing too much talking, you can't hear. So
Right.
my circle is so tight that we hold each other accountable. We're authentic to each other
Yes.
because if I can't be myself with you, I cannot expect to be my authentic self in front of others. So
That's true.
how I show up to my friends and my family is how I show up to the world. Because in my audience and I don't call them my fans, I call them my followers and my family. As
Yes.
they get to know me, the one thing I will never do is I'm not going to compromise my character to fit anyone's dysfunction.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So what I am and what you see it on camera and you see it in person. So there's no separation between the two. I'm just playing a role, but I'm still me. I'm still authentic. And I bring that authenticness to my character, which is why it makes it so believable. I'm just being myself.
And I like that. Now let's go to, you talked about you have a small circle. How did you get to that small circle, and how small is your circle?
Oh, it's 3 people.
Oh, see, I
It's,
understand.
and I'm one of the 3. So let's be clear.
You don't have to listen. I tell everybody that. And I have someone like, you need friends. No, I don't.
No, I
Because
don't.
I get too, let me speak for me. I get too distracted. And then the distraction, I'm down 3 years later, like, now, if I'd have just left them at the door where he had brought them in, I would be 5 times further than where I am.
Listen, one thing about my circle is that they're not going to allow me to sit in complacency.
That's good.
They're not going to allow me to do it. And I won't allow them to do it. So I reciprocate the energy that I give, I mean, that I'm given.
Yeah.
So it's not easy for me to say, okay, I'm not going to do this today. It's like, oh, you're not doing it today? Says who?
Yeah, I got one of them too.
You know what I'm saying? And so because they won't allow distractions.
Yes.
The thing about it is having a close circle means, and if you all believe, everybody's praying for each other to win. So there's no room for distractions because all of us are focused on what's needed and what's necessary. So we're not going to allow anyone outside of it to distract the assignments because we're not doing this for you know,
Right.
self gratification.
Right.
What we're doing is God's assignment. So if I see my friend being distracted, I'm gonna check my friend. Hey, listen, you off your game. God gave you this assignment. What are you doing? Let's get back. So
Mm,
that's why it's important that you surround yourself because it's a reflection. My friends are a reflection of the different layers of me.
and that's beautiful. I'm glad you. That is hard though to have. First of all, let me say this. I'm with you. I have 3 friends, and I'm so cool with having the 3. I don't even know what to do with my life. I'm very
Mhm.
thankful that I am able to have the 3. And I do have the one friend. I know she's probably listening. Girl, she'll text me in a minute. Well, are you ready? What are you doing? Why did we not do this today? Okay, so if you're not doing it today, so we're going to do it tomorrow and you're going to do something else. I'm like, girl. She goes, girl, you want to go walk and talk? I'm like, because then if we go walk and talk, that means we can have a whole other, like a
Yeah.
mother-daughter conversation. But I'm so grateful to have someone like that. And I need women to understand we don't need to have a big circle. You
Mm-mm.
need to have those that can hold you accountable, that can get you. I like the circle that is going to challenge me and it's not happy for me to sit where I'm at.
Right. And to put you in a space because I'm I used to be such a person that I love to see my friends shine. I
Mhm.
love it. I love to see them get those big wins. It just does something to me. But
Don't
to
you,
have friends that put you in the rooms that they see you worthy of, that's a whole
girl?
nother level. That's
I
a
got.
whole nother level of love and respect.
I agree.
So when you have friends like that, you can't help to want to do well for them
Right.
because the love and the respect they must have for you to believe past what you believe for yourself. That's a different level of friendship.
I agree. It's one that you should cherish, and you should be appreciative that you have in your space. Because I tell people I have that kind of relationship, and they're like, "Wow, where did you get them from?" I said, "I didn't get them. God brought them to me."
Yeah, because I asked, hey, God, bring me my people. Because when
I,
I get to picking them, I get to messing up.
girl,
So
I
you
got to
go ahead and pick them for me.
why? Because you see what I picked, and you see it didn't work out. Now we don't want to keep repeating this, right?
Yeah. I'm good. You pick them for me, and I just treat them right.
And I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay as long as we're working with each other. I'm good.
Absolutely.
And look,
Absolutely.
don't hold what I did in the past. Just understand.
Right. Let it go. You know what I'm
Don't
saying? Let it go.
don't do that. So Nicole, what is your what's next? I mean, you're doing so much. You're doing the movie. So what is your what's next?
Man, I've got so many projects. Are you speaking of projects or are you talking of personal? Are you talking of
Projects.
projects? Oh wow. Okay, so I just came back from filming Fatal Attraction. So I just got back a day or two ago from that. I've got a new project I'm filming called Cousins 2 that will be on Tubi and Prime. And I have Smoke Reloaded with John West coming in January. I just wrapped for Assassin's Redemption with EGO Entertainment. I wrapped for Unspoken. So I think those things will be coming out after the first of the year. I am starring in a play on September 21st in Atlanta called Mama Bees. Um, Man, that's for September.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Well, then let's ask, what's your what's next as you as an individual? How do you even have time for Nicole for all of this?
I do because even though I'm in the public eye a lot more, I am a natural introvert. So I enjoy going to my daughter's games where she cheers, spending time with my friends, having that quiet time at home. I kind of, when I moved into this new home, I wanted God to come in and make it a healing home for myself too.
Mm,
So this is where I charge my battery and I'm able to pour back out because being in the public eye, you're always giving of yourself. So
yes,
my next chapter is whatever he wants me to do. We're
I,
gonna ride this thing out till the wheels fall off.
I know that's
If
right.
it's 50 more movies, well, let me stop. With 50 more movies, 30 or 40 more motivational speaking engagements, um, more plays, like whatever the assignment is, I'm open to it. But to recharge my battery, I just kind of revert back to my healing house and then I pop back out when I'm ready.
When you're ready, I love that. So real quick, Michelle Lordy, Nicole. Look, I've been wanting to call you Michelle, and I have. I know it's Nicole. I do know that. Nicole, where can people find you at, or where can they follow you at if they're interested in it?
So I have 3 social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All of them are I am dot Nicole Gregory. I made it easy for you. I am dot Nicole Gregory. You'll see me in a gold dress. It's the same all the way across the board. Um, so yeah, that's where you can follow my journey. I often post my journey, what I'm going through. I try to be motivational to people. I most of the time I communicate with my audience through my stories because it has a quicker, faster impact. I definitely post behind the scenes. Oh yeah, because I forgot about Atlanta Ugly. I'm a part of that series too. So
Hey, oh my goodness, you do need that. You do really need that rejuvenation, that self time. So, oh my
yeah.
goodness. So, what I normally do at this point in time in our show, because I want to be mindful of your time, because you see, I can talk. I will talk all day.
It's okay.
All day. But I always do it's called She Shift Rapid Fire. I have 5 questions. Are you
Okay.
ready?
I'm
Okay.
ready.
Okay. In one word, how would you describe the season of your life?
Mm. In one word, how would I describe the season of my life? Unbelievable.
Ooh. Why would you say unbelievable?
Because it's an unbelievable feeling to step into God's assignment and be secure and know that this is what he's got you doing because everything is so smooth, So it's an unbelievable feeling. It's gratifying that I'm doing what he wants me to do, but it's unbelievable because I'm so flawed, you know. But he's like, no, but I picked you for a reason. So
Mhm.
it's unbelievable.
I love it. What's your go-to way to relax and recharge after a busy week?
Sleep.
Do you really get to get that much sleep? I mean, you're so
I
good.
don't, which is why when I can, I make sure that I do.
Oh, that's good. If you could have dinner with any woman, past or present, who would it be and why?
Angela Bassett,
And why?
because she's resilient, she's graceful, she
Mhm.
is on point, she's healthy, she's wise.
Hmm.
If I could soak up 24 hours, man, I know I would be an even better person being in her presence. She has a presence about her that forces you to level up. You know what I mean? She's so,
Yes.
epic. She's so graceful. Just the way she holds her head up. She knows that she belongs in the
Right.
room that she's in, and she's not surprised.
That blows me away. She carries herself. She carries herself. Remarkable. I'm with you. I wish I could meet her one day.
One day, I'm gonna be in the same room with her one day. I know it.
One day. One day. What song instantly makes you feel empowered and ready to take on the world?
J Moss energy.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Last one. What one bold thing you want to do in the next 12 months?
Are you asking what I want to do or what I'm going to do?
No, want to do.
Want to do. I want to be on 3 major networks: TBS, CBS, and ABC.
Ooh. Okay, you'll be there. Look, you'll be there. You will be there. Period. Like they say, clock it. You will be there. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I appreciate that. And let me ask you this. If there was one book that you could recommend to our audience, what would be that book?
Oh, a Yanya Van Zant prayer, her prayer book.
Yeah, I have that. I do have
Yeah,
her.
the prayers, because it teaches you how to be very specific
Mm-hmm.
in your prayer, and it breaks down how powerful prayer really is.
So true. Absolutely. And so I have two more questions for
Yeah.
you. And so so my next one is, if you, as we're getting ready to wrap it up, which again, this was so much fun, what would you like to leave everybody with?
You know, the first message is the shift is okay. Gain peace in the shift, because whatever that shift looks like for you, it may not look like everyone else's. Don't compare yourself to everyone else. Just be yourself. If you're yourself, your shift will happen the way it's supposed to happen. The second thing is be yourself in everything that you do. Do not allow social media, pressure of life, people around you to dictate how you operate in your own life. Make your decision, talk with God, and go accordingly. Follow your gut, because your gut is not your gut, it's God telling you. Don't be afraid to do what's new to you. I'm doing something that is totally new to me, and look out and look at how God is moving. So if you're true to Him and you're true to yourself, it will all work out just fine. But never change your standards, your integrity, your character to fit the social norm. You become the norm.
I love it. And lastly, who is the one actor or actress you would like to work with next?
Any of my friends know that the heart that I have for this man is ridiculous. And I know it's cliche, but if I could be on set to soak up the knowledge from director to acting from Denzel the Washington, when I tell you, that would be the one day that I would be speechless.
I understand.
I would do my job though,
I knew that. I understand that.
but to watch him in the different facets of film, hands
Amazing.
down,
Amazing.
the GOAT.
Girl, I seen him. He was sitting down with uh three gentlemen, and it was just I was just in awe hearing him.
Mhm.
This is the first time I really got to hear him speak, and I was just amazed. I'm
I
just
met him as a teenager. I was like 13.
really.
And I didn't know who a Denzel was. I just remember this guy walking past me, and I knew who he was from a movie, but I didn't know who he was. And I was like, oh, wow, I know him. And he's like, you know me? And I remember what he smelled like because he walked so fast.
Yes.
And I was like, I know that guy. And when he shook my hand and he's like, Whatever you want to do, you could do it. And he walked off. And I was
Oh,
like 12 or 13. So my
wow.
admiration didn't begin older. It began
Right then.
at 12 or 13.
Well, listen, I appreciate you taking time. This was fun. I will
Absolutely.
I will be watching you. Look, now I can say, I know her. And then I can be able to tell everybody, now listen, I'm gonna watch this again. I need y'all to be quiet because I got to pay attention. Everything like that.
Yes, I'll definitely keep you abreast of everything when it comes out. It'll be on my pages.
Please do. I'm gonna put you in the green room and I'll be right back and we'll shut down the show.
All right.
Okay, everybody. Nicole was powerful. She was impactful as I knew she would be. So I'm hoping that you have your notes. I have notes on, look, y'all know how I do it. I got notes on both pieces of paper. I appreciate her. But I want you to know, as even Nicole has said, you only get one life to live. Live it to your fullest, but live it as God wants you to live it. Don't bring so many people in it. You only need, as we said, well, we have a small group, and it's okay to have that small group. Know that those that are in your group, they are there to motivate you and move you to help you move the needle. Now, if you have people in your group that are not there to move you to move the needle, then you need to start evaluating. And it's okay because that's part of your shift. So know that the shift is possible. Know that the shift is hard, but it's exciting. We even talked about fear. So with that being said, I want y'all to know we had fun. I know I did. But next week, I will be bringing on another amazing guest as we had here today. And also, I ask that you share today's show and also leave a comment, because if you leave a comment, that move us up the ladder so they can see Nicole and I and many more shows. Until then, everyone, take care of yourself and know that the shift is right around the corner. Bye, everybody.